it's Monday afternoon. Saturday, by the time we got ready to run, we got a little moisture, what I'm gonna call it. I ain't gonna call it rain. So that knocked us out Saturday. Got a little bit of moisture, a little shower this morning. Heavy fog. So we're finally at it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Even though we've had some moisture this morning, it sure is dusty enough. That sun will start setting here about another hour, and it's going to make things difficult. Well, I'm going to get around the rest of the field. Out there, that was too wet to plant. I was having to pick up. Went from wet to dry. Quick. Been dry ever since about it. Well, I cut for a few minutes. It kept acting like it was still too little damp. Still a little damp. And I was having to go slow, and I finally choked her up. But the big slip clutch over on the side over there, it's slipping, so it needs to be tightened up. But we're probably done for the day. Try it again probably tomorrow afternoon when it dries up. Well, I'm back going about the same time we got started yesterday. Put the clutch in, and we were choked up pretty bad in the throat. By the time we got all that done and unchoked, we're finally going. Not making the acres like I wanted to. Beans are done pretty good as far as yield wise. I'm not going to say right now what they're yielding, but we're going to poke along this afternoon. I think a lot of the problem was that clutch was stripped out, but I think it was just a little too damp. Some friends of mine was going, but that's a different part of the county, and I guess I just jumped the gun a little bit. Dad had to go get some fuel for that truck right there. They brought me back a Diet Sundrop. So I'm good for the afternoon. I've got some water, but sometimes you just gotta have something else a little different. Well, I got this tree to contend with. Cut around. I personally would get rid of it, but my aunt owns this field, and she likes the tree, so we gotta take care of my aunt. The landlord always wears the pants. Well, I thought I was going to be able to get done in this field, but these last 2 or 3 passes, sunset, they're cutting awful tough. So, see right there, what I'm talking about. So this is probably my last pass of the day. Well, today's Wednesday, and I just tried it Wednesday afternoon. It's overcast. It's not wanting to feed in. So we'll we'll probably give it a couple of hours, try it again, but right now we're not cutting. Well, it's been several days since anybody around here has been able to cut. For a couple of days we just had high moisture, heavy fogs, and it just wasn't wanting to thresh. Moisture in the bean itself was up, so we've got a pretty good wind. Yesterday was Sunday, good drying day yesterday, and winds up today. So we're about to finish this field up, jump across the road, and when we get this field done, I'm taking that back shop, bringing the semi. So we'll be hauling to town a few loads. Sure is dusty, but a beautiful day other than that. Well, we got a problem. This field, for this truck, didn't hold all this field. We got some extra, and that field over there is mine, so I'm gonna haul it on the semi. So I'm gonna go unload this. He'll be done cutting here probably the time I get home, or have him fill back up, or what little he's got on the combine on this truck. Then we'll get change of plans. Got the header on. We pulled over here, cut some right up here. They're still green, so we're gonna go try to find some drier beans and get going over there. Well, as you can see, it's cloudy. It's been raining, misting, heavy fogs for about a week now, so not much on the combining. So everybody knows by now, but we got Donald J. Trump back in office. Hopefully nobody will mess with that, and we can make farming great again. But we picked up a little winter project yesterday. So Dad found this on Marketplace. It's a 986 with a turbo on it. I don't think that's factory, but it is an open station cab with a TA delete. We did get a really nice seat with the tractor, so that's coming out. And the loader has actually been sold. I've promised it to a guy, and Dad promised it to another guy, but it come with a bucket and pallet forks. So we first bought this thing. Our intentions was to flip it. It needs a little work, but we got it cheap. Still got the muffler, so we're gonna do a muffler delete and a straight pipe. It's got dual hubs, so this been having a turbo, it's got some horsepower. So we thought about selling the hubs, keeping them. This tire is okay. This tire's a rice and cane. So we're either gonna look for two good 38s to put back on it, or I priced some new ones yesterday. And here's one of my pet peeves. It's got a brand new tire, but it's a truck tire. The other one on the other side's a truck tire. It's dry rotted. So that's probably going to be the first thing we do after taking the loader off, is putting tractor tires on the front. The guy just had the injector pump built. It runs good. It's not been ran a whole lot here in the last 2 years, so it's got a few bugs to work out. But other than that, I think it's a pretty straight tractor. Throttle cable broke. I was trying to load it up. But a few little minor things. I think I've located some new steps. And this side shield right here is missing. I think I've got it. A couple other missing pieces, but I think I'm gonna put a quick paint job on it this winter. We'll probably get it up in good shape. And then paint it if we decide to. I gotta do a little work on this fender here. The roof, I'm gonna have to straighten some out on it. But other than that, everything's pretty straight. No obvious leaks. So some cheap horsepower. Got the cover missing. So that's no big deal, but clean it up, scuff it up, and paint it back. So you can tell the oil hasn't been changed. Guy says he hasn't drove it much in 2 years. So that's another thing we're gonna do, is change the oil real quick. So probably a winter project. Well, if you've followed me for a certain time, you know that I'm ecstatic about Donald Trump coming back into office. I think this was a good sign, showing people that they're just tired of the crap the left, the media is trying to push on us. And I've talked about this before. I can't remember if I've done it on YouTube. I know I have on TikTok. One of the things I think that at the Democratic people ticked off is they didn't have a candidate that they nominated. Kamala Harris was placed as Democrat candidate. I hear they didn't get out to vote. Another thing is most Amish and Mennonites, they don't believe in voting. The USDA got to messing with the Pennsylvania Amish. I heard 100,000 registered to vote for Trump this year. So maybe they'll leave him alone, let him do his work, do his job, make this country great again, and farming great again. So with that said, thanks for watching. God bless you, and we'll catch you on the next one.